you have to note that when we express a given number in a standard form, we start with a first counting number from the left-hand side towards the right-hand side. After sorting that first digit, you put a decimal point. After a decimal point, you write the remaining digits without putting any other decimal point. Now, let's start with the first one. The first one is to express 156,025 in a standard form. From the left-hand side, the first counting number is 1. So we write that first counting number, and then it is followed by a decimal point. We'll write the remaining digits without putting any other decimal point. So it is 5, 6, 0, 2, 5. Then we multiply by 10 raised to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You count the number of digits after a decimal point, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it is 10 raised to exponent 5. Part B, we have 972.86. In this, as usual, we start from the left-hand side toward the right-hand side. The first counting number here is 9. So we write 9. It is followed by a decimal point. Then we write the remaining digits without putting a decimal point. So we have 7286. 7286. We multiply by 10 raised to. We count the digits between the resulting two decimal points. You have to remember that we have already inserted the decimal point here. So between these two decimal points, the new one and the original one, we have two digits, 7 and 2, which is 1, 2. Now it is 10 raised to 2. Now we are through. Our third one is 25. 25 as usual from the left-hand side toward the right-hand side. Now we write the first digit is 2, then it is followed by a decimal point, and then we write the remaining digits. Here we have 5, as we had any decimal point in our previous number. Now we multiply by 10, then we count the added digits after a decimal point. We have only 1, so it is 10 raised by 1. Let's go to a fourth one. A fourth one, we are given a single digit. When you are given a single digit, just write that single digit. It is, as usual, 9 multiply by 10 raised to exponent 0. As any value raised to exponent 0 is 1. So it is the same with the one who takes 9 times 1, which is 9. So when you have a single digit, just take that digit, multiply by 10 raised to 0. You will have the same meaning as the one who takes that digit multiplied by 1. 10 raised by 0 is equal to 1. Now let's go to our fifth one. We have 962.6745. This one, from the left-hand side toward the right-hand side, our first digit is 9. Now we write 9. After writing 9, we put a decimal point. After a decimal point, we write all the remaining digits without putting any other decimal point, where we have 6, 2, 6, 7, 4, 5. We multiply by 10 raised to. How many digits do we raise it here? We are going to raise by what number? By the number of digits between the two decimal points, the new one and the original one. The original one is this one, a new one has been inserted here, so we have 2. So it will be 10 raised to 2. After that, let's go to our sixth one. We have 0.00345. When you have a number which is less than 1, meaning that a number starting with the 0 point something, what you take as usual from the left-hand side toward the right-hand side, you start with the counting number. A counting number here to start with from the left-hand side is 3. Now we start with 3, and then you put a decimal point where you write the remaining digits. We have 4, 5. After that, you multiply by 10, raised by which number? You raise by the number of zeros before the first counting number which you have written here. Now, how many zeros do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So it is 3, but it is written as negative exponent. Now it is 3.45 times 10 raised to negative 3. The last one we have 0.256. For 0.256, its standard form will be equal to 2.56 times 10 raised to, as usual, it is less than 1 as it starts with the 0 point. Now, we raise by the number of zeros, but expressed in a negative form. So, the number of zeros started here, we have only a single zero. Now, it is 2.56 times 10 raised to negative 1. Now we are through. This is a general way of expressing numbers in standard form or scientific notation. Thank you for taking this session. I welcome you in the next sessions. Have a nice moment. Bye.